is next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to each of you on being here today. Ms. Lee, I want to return to the question that Senator Tillis started with you on your 2013 comments to the Criminal Defense Lawyer CLE program.
Yes.
About avoiding cop talk. In the piece that I read on this, you said it was to avoid that because, and I'm quoting, this may refresh your memory, you made the mention that you had used this to most favorably describe an outcome that you were seeking. But in what I read, you said, and I'm quoting you, it legitimizes the behavior of the police, end quote. So what did you mean by that?
Thank you, Senator. I don't know if the portion of the document that you're reading, I'm not, without hearing what preceded it and what comes after it, it's difficult for me to respond specifically on that. I believe, though, that what I was, the point that I was trying to make with that was the idea of, by, again, parroting exactly how the witnesses or a police officer in a trial transcript described what occurred, by presenting it that way in your brief, you are accepting, well, this is what happened. This is the version of events that should be accepted, the judge on appeal should accept. And so as an advocate, we don't want to just present the facts in the way that supports what the witnesses are claiming. And so I believe that's what I was getting at with that description.
Would you review that and then submit an answer in writing for us? I think that would be helpful, especially as we look at the environment. Law enforcement is one of the main concerns. When I talk to Tennesseans, safe communities, safe streets, then to hear that you, as recently as 2013, would have said avoid cop talk, and then state that it legitimizes the behavior of the police. I think you can understand why this would give us pause and why we would seek further clarification from you. So I would ask that you submit something in writing, that you review that and clarify it. Okay, Ms. Rossman, let me come to you. I like to know where someone stands with the Constitution and the rule of law. No one wants to see activist judges on the bench. They want them to abide by the rule of law. So same type question that Senator Kennedy got into it with Ms. Lee over, how do you believe the Constitution would be interpreted? Are you a textualist? What do you believe?
Thank you for that question, Senator. I don't have a specific judicial philosophy, and I think in part that's...
Well, I'm going to stop you right there because I find it astounding that neither of you have a judicial philosophy as to how you feel about the Constitution. Mr. Chairman, I think this is something that should cause all of us a little bit of concern. And let me return to the cases on the compassionate release. I read through some of this in your background. And the Wilson case, and then also specifically the Moon case that Senator Hawley was referring to. You know, if you think compassionate release should be used, in the Wilson case, you argued that that Mr. Wilson, being a felon in possession of a gun, is a nonviolent gun possession offense, and that he should be released because of that and given compassionate release. And then you turn around with the Moon case, and there are several felonies and the threats, but you have not been able to explain where you think the court finds its balance. Each of these are violent offenders with felony records, but yet in your mind, you thought they deserved that release because of a health issue and without consideration of danger to the public and public safety. So it is very difficult to understand how you would approach that balance, and that is something that we would be well served if you could explain to us in writing how should the courts balance compel early release cases. Where would you find that? And I know I'm out of time, and I will yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.